Hello and welcome everyone again into another video, and in today's video I will be featuring a Pokemon that get released to the game today. The name of the Pokemon is Baxcalibur. Okay, it's a new Pokemon. It's one of those strong Pokemons, and it has like 4000 CP. It's one of those Pokemons that actually get 10% nerf into the stat product because it just has very high stat product. And usually when you buy a Pokemon that has higher than 4000 CP, you get like 10% less discount, like just lose 10% of every stat. So I think it's around 4000. So I managed to catch one Pokemon that is not the greatest IV, but it's also not bad, like rank 100. Ideally, you want to get like as good of a PvP IV as possible. And I wanted to try the second evolution, because the second evolution is actually better in Great League, but I saw that there's already lots of videos about it. I'm like, you know what, let's just make an Ultra League video about the Baxcalibur. Baxcalibur is a Dragon Ice type Pokemon. It's literally same typing as Kyurem. Kyurem has the advantage of having glacial, the Icy Wind better version, or the better version of Icy Wind clone, and this thing doesn't have it. But in fact, it has Blizzard, Avalanche, which does more damage, but it doesn't debuff. If I had to choose, I would choose Glaciate thing over that 100%. And as you guys can see, we dumped lots of rare candy, and I needed much more. I think I ended up like around 300 plus rare candy dumping into this. So if you like the content, please leave a like on the video, and I don't know, if you have any comment, make sure to leave in the comment section below, because this video I spent lots of resources, because the Pokemon I caught was actually rank 1. And if you see, now we need more XL candies because we have to power it up. Okay, so now we dump the rare candy. Okay, let me have the entire video so I don't get like some toxic comments like, how did you get the candies, blah blah blah. It's rare candy, it's literally there. Okay, let me go back. So you can see we clicked it, we add the candies, and now we will power it up. And it has a good CP, let's be honest, 2499. That's like the main thing why I choose to make it, even though it's not the greatest IV. And something I am known for, I always put the charge move, the stab nuke on the left, and the coverage move on the right. So Avalanche must be on the left side, and Dragon Claw is on the right side. Okay, first lead, and I'm running with, because this Pokemon is weak to Cobalion, so I'm running 2 Cobalion answers in the back. First lead, hard counter, Tapu Fini. So we insta swap to a Golisopod. Golisopod is a nice Pokemon. I don't think it's like a faster version of Jellicent. Jellicent is more reliable sometimes, but this thing can bait out Charizard. Jellicent, no, cannot bait out Charizard. No one will bring Charizard into a Jellicent. But here, I've seen lots of people swapping Charizard just to chip it. And here, opponent brought the Venusaur after. Venusaur into Golisopod is a neutral matchup. Usually the one with energy lead wins. And I was able to flip swap, which is nice. So now they get the attack fell. So this is very awkward for me, because this is a mirror match. The one who gets attack fell will win. So now what did I do? I decided to overfarm a bit here just to force them to throw, and they did throw. Now what's the play here? Well, I need to land an Avalanche, and I get the Avalanche before they get to the Moon Blast. So how much damage this does? A lot. Look how much damage that did. That was so much damage for a resisted charge move. Insane damage, actually. Insane damage. Now what do? We just shield them, farm down. I first thought that this Pokemon is so ugly, but now I started liking it even more. I don't know why. Maybe because I spent so much resources into it, and now I'm just attached. Because it took me like, I don't know, like half of the rare candies that I've been collecting for like 2 years, because I've never dumped my rare candies. I've always had enough candy to power up anything I want to power up. Okay, opponent had a Steelix, and they debuffed me and then swapped Tapu Fini. Why did they do that? Well, basically to secure that they will win the swap. But here's the thing, we called the bait, we shielded the nuke here. Now, I don't care anymore about this matchup, and I'm just gonna try to chip them into Dragon Breath range. Okay, Can I Dragon Breath at this point? Well, let's see. They throw Moonblast, which they did, which means now I can Dragon Breath down. I think this thing does more Dragon Breath than Dragonite for some reason, because it's usually like them having less. Okay, now opponent, here's the thing. They don't have an answer to Golisopod, and they swap the Charizard late, which mean I can abuse this and like throw another charge move before they do. So now what's the play? I need to kill the Charizard, and I need to get to another move here against the Steelix. If I get to a move here, that's amazing. And I did 5 fast moves, and then which means if I throw on 5, that means my charge move will register before the fast move, which means I can do, which I did there. So now we just go for the Avalanche, and we win regardless that we get Omega hard counted for the second game in a row. We lost the lead pretty hard, moving to game 3, and we still lose the lead, losing the lead 3 times so far. And the opponent's running ABA Psychic. Opponent doesn't fear that Revenant. Opponent literally doesn't fear that Revenant. Okay, I think it's time to use Revenant. Next video is going to be about Revenant, or the video before. I am not sure which one I will put out first. We get the attack fell, but trust me, it doesn't help with anything. This matchup is just one side. It's literally one side for the Cresselia. And they undercharged a bit, I think, which led to them winning the game. Now, I need to no-shield this. I think my win con is just basically Golisopod, because this thing is just gonna get walled. Okay, they brought another Core Breaker. Another Core Breaker. So far, that Pokemon haven't gotten a good or a favorable matchup so far. The fact that we won 2 games, that's actually insane. So, I need to respect the overheat, and opponent didn't have an overheat, which seems now, I'm like, going back to the game. If I no-shield that player off, I think I have a bigger chance, but I cannot no-shield an overheat, right? What do we do now? I need to get to the next move here. And now we can just farm down at this point. And what do we do? I am gonna bait, actually. I'm gonna get to the move and then bait. Why I'm baiting here? Because I want to pressure them to throw their energy, which they did. Okay, now it's actually a race to the charge move. Who is gonna get to the charge move first? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, they had 1 fast move ahead of me, and they get to the brutal swing, and they won this matchup by having 1 fast, because I was 1 fast move short. Another horrible lead. So far we haven't gotten a single good lead. What I'm gonna do, I have to respect this. That was supposed to be close combat. If it's close combat, that's gonna be insane, insanely bad. Opponent safe swapped a Regirock. I boomered, like I had like a my brain froze for a second, because I'm used to have a Dragonite, so I usually superpower and dip, but for some reason I didn't, because I'm like, I had like a brain freeze, or I don't know what you guys call it. So since I swapped late, that means I need to go for the full farm down, and I can throw a charge move. So now with down 2 shields, it's not that bad, trust me. There is always a play. Now if they bring back the Virizion, I saw a Shadow Claw. Is this like a Giratina? That was a Giratina indeed. So what do we do now? They have a Giratina that is loaded on energy. They have 3 Shadow Claws. Okay, we throw the charge move. That was 4 actually. I live the Dragon Claw here, and when I see them swapping, I am just gonna swap, and they did. So now I am hoping that they don't shield the next Aerial Ace, because people still sometimes expect that you run Exocet, and we landed the Aerial Ace. Now this is actually playable. So what's the play now? The play now is I need to get to 2 Aerial Aces. So 1, but I'm just gonna throw here in case they outpace me, or in case they decide to no shield for some reason. They didn't, and now we get to the next one, and they no shield, and I have a move, remember, on the Baxcalibur. Okay, another horrible lead. So far we haven't won a single lead, by the way. 0 leads. Okay, opponent throwing, that means it's a Sacred Sword. So I'm trying to catch the next one No, I'm actually trying to bait. I would like to get a shield at this point. I get a shield, now we just swap out. And usually Verizian teams do not have an answer to Gliscopod. Their best answer is Giratina if they have it. Opponent swaps an Alolan Muck. Alolan Muck in this matchup resists the Shadow Claw, but and they do neutral damage with the Poison Jab. I am not gonna shield here. If this is Dark Pulse, it might KO. Well, it does KO. Now, I don't have that big of a play, to be honest, because I need this Dragon Claw to KO. That wasn't an ideal timing as well, but it didn't matter. So now they brought back the Verizian. I need them to no shield, and they did no shield, which means now I can swap, shield here, fast move down, and hope that the Tapu Fini can beat whatever they have in the back. I need something that Tapu Fini can beat, and it's an Aurorus, so now we have a chance. Okay, so now what do? We just go straight Surf. So Surf number 1, shielded. I know that I can live a Meteor Beam, but I cannot live 2 Meteor Beams. So first Meteor Beam, boosting their charge, their damage, their fast move damage, and their charge move damage. So now at this point, all I need is just to fast move all the way down. I cannot throw anything even if I have it. I'm expecting this to be a Wither Ball, and indeed it's a Wither Ball. Opponent quit the game on the charge move, and we ended up with a lag, but it didn't matter. We win. So far, 5 games. We lost the lead horribly, and we won 4 of them. Okay, another horrible lead. So I think this is a bad swap. I'm supposed to go Tapu Fini, so I think that was a mistake on my end, because you're not supposed to go to the hard counter. You always go to the soft counter, and they ended up punishing me with a Pidgeot. So what's the play right now? The play is we just go through and throw the liquidations, and we just hope that Tapu Fini can do something in the back. I don't know why he threw this. Liquidation technically does better, but they ended up shielding. I mean, Liquidation has the chance to debuff as well, so that's why you want to throw that one. So do what I say, don't do what I do sometimes. I shielded here and ended up being a Feather Dance, so now there is no hope to win this game because this is a Brave Bird and I cannot shield it. Okay, and that did so much damage. Okay, opponent swaps into Tapu Fini, and now I have to stay in, and I need to shield this, because this is going to be a Dazzling Gleam. Them staying in means they don't have an answer to this, so I'm just hoping that I am healthy enough to beat this and their backline. So let's see what's happening, and opponent shielding, that killed my last hope to win this game. They threw another Dazzling Gleam, and they have a Tapu Fini, and look, this matchup is actually playable for me now because I have lots of energy, and now we just go for the Avalanche. And look at that. 2 HP. I think this is the 6th game in a row where we get completely hard counter, and I bring it as close as possible. Okay, we have a Swampert. This is a good lead. So hopefully they don't have an anti-water in the back, because usually Swampert have something that beats the water. Because Swampert technically doesn't beat the water Pokemons, but beats everything else. I landed the Avalanche and I decided to swap, and opponent did a smart play by banking the energy. So I went to Gliscopod, but they brought Walrein. Walrein does not beat Gliscopod. So what's the play here? The play here is just, okay, let's one swap and think about doing that after. So Aerial Ace is not the best charge move in the game, but it's not as bad as it used to before, because in the past it used to be horrible. Now it's slightly better. Because I'm doing like a neutral damage, and all the damage they do is basically a resisted damage. So now I let this go, and I need to farm all the way down. If opponents throw an EQ there, by the way, they actually win. And I see a Trevenant. This is a problematic to the team because I don't have health. Look at my health. I actually don't have health. I'm gonna get Shadow Claw down. And the moment I double shield, they will just swap Swampert and snipe me. There might be an argument about timing wasn't ideal on one of the charge moves, but honestly now I'm looking at it after, and it still wouldn't matter, wouldn't change the outcome of the game. So Baxcalibur for the 7th game in a row not doing anything. I decided to change the lead because I lost all leads, An opponent led a Pokemon I can finally beat with my Baxcalibur. The problem is I don't have Baxcalibur in the lead anymore. So does the algorithm exist? I don't know. The moment we changed our lead, we get the only thing that we could ever beat. So maybe the algorithm exists. No, it doesn't. Don't believe that. Okay, now we have a Gliscopod against Hitmontop. Hitmontop has Triple Axle, which is an ice move. It's not the greatest charge move now, but it's actually provided a better coverage than Stone Edge, because Stone Edge is slightly more expensive. And now, what do? We just throw these aerial aces and then we swap. And now I need to call a bait. And I actually didn't shield. And for some reason, last second I clicked the shield, which was my last win con, but we no longer have it. And this game is doomed, as we say. And there is no way to win it. Is Baxcalibur good again? Is it the new best dragon in the game? So far, I wish I had a Dragonite in every game, to be honest. Why? Well, Dragonite is just much more flexible. Like the flying type to Dragonite, give it more resistances. The superpower, give it also more coverage. So Dragonite just feels nicer to use. Feels better, to be honest. And maybe the team I was using, not the best Baxcalibur team. So there is another video running Baxcalibur, and I actually went 13-2 using Baxcalibur with a different team. Okay, so it could be the team, but to be honest, in every game I wish I had a Dragonite. Like a Dragonite destroys Escav, while Escav destroys Baxcalibur. Opponent here tried to swap into what's his face, Steelix, and Tapu Fini doesn't lose to Steelix even if they landed the nuke. So I am not shielding here, and I'm gonna try to get some energy, and then we throw this. Hopefully we land this. We did land the move, and I don't need to shield. I don't think shielding does anything for me. And now I need to farm down and get some I need to clear the debuff, which I did. So now we swapped, and I didn't see a counter, which means this is a CMP. So I am not shielding, because you know what's gonna win me the game? It's Tapu Fini. So we let this thing faint, and we go Tapu Fini, and we throw the Surf, and this Surf should put it in farm down range. So Surf is landed on the Escav, and now we just shield, and we just tap our way to winning the game. Moving into the next one. Okay, that was the last battle. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Hope you guys liked the video. If you like the video, please give it a like. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and see you in the next video. Peace.